Welcome back, treasure hunters. So I just got a recent order for a piece of artwork. It is an embroidered Japanese piece of art in a frame. I think it's only 12 by 15 or maybe not even that big. But the same concept can be used for packaging larger paintings, and those can be kind of difficult because you don't want them to get knocked around, you don't want the glass to break, you don't want the painting to be damaged in any way or a piece of art. So I'm going to go through and show you how I keep that safe. Haven't had anything, knock on wood, I haven't had anything damaged painting wise. There has been a couple of incidents with pottery getting smashed and stuff, but it wasn't my fault. I packaged it well. So as long as you package it well, you can really decrease the chances of something happening during transit to your customer. So let's get into how to package a painting or piece of art. Okay, so the first thing you're obviously going to want to do is to find a box that fits your piece of art. So this is the piece of art that was ordered. You can see it's not entirely too big or anything, but it does fit in here, and it's deep enough to put padding so you can kind of balance it in the middle of the box. That's the goal. You don't want it too thin where it can be smashed. So this fits in here nicely. Now the next step is we're going to prepare this so we can put it in here. So the first step here is picking out a box, which I already did, and you saw that. Here you can see all the different boxes that I have, and I cut them down and I'm able to stack them up so they don't take up the entire basement. A lot of these boxes are recycled. I think it's important to recycle this stuff instead of just tossing it out. So any Amazon orders, or there's a Nike box there, or any other boxes that I get from ordering pretty much anything, I break it down and store them somewhat by size. They're kind of mixed up, but I did order some of these boxes off of Amazon that are a little more of a specialty size. Especially these ones are 24 by 30 by 6, which is a pretty good size for most larger artwork. It's not going to fit like the huge pieces or anything, but that does give me an option to use those boxes. And I also use, when the artwork is just a tad bit smaller than those, to try and save, because the post office now charges the same way UPS and FedEx do, and it's based on size and weight, but it goes up. I mean, I just shipped something the other day that 1 inch made a $20-some difference in how much it costs to ship. So I use this tool here, and this is a scoring tool, and you can adjust this little guide here and use this little wheel, and you drag it across, and then you can kind of form your boxes to better fit whatever you're trying to ship. Not only can that save money, but it also makes it a lot easier to pack, so you don't have to stuff it full of packing or bubble wrap or whatever. So this is a really good tool. Got it on eBay for like 15 bucks or something. So if you're planning on doing any kind of shipping of things, I highly recommend this to try and save on shipping costs. And up here you can see I have some packing paper, of course. I have my tape measure, some rolls of packaging tape, and I really like this duct tape. It's a heavy duty packaging tape, and that 4-pack was only, I think, $8.99 or $9.99. It's really heavy and easy to use. You're not having to yank on it to get the tape out. It comes off pretty easily, but it is noticeably heavier than the cheap stuff, which makes it more secure, obviously, and won't break or anything if you only put 1 or 2 strips on. And then here, obviously, bubble wrap. I use this, and I also, again, if bubble wrap or the air pockets or anything come in any kind of order that I get from Amazon or any other store, I save those also. And those are all saved down here. And then finally, you see these are pool noodles, and you'll see what those are used for in a minute. So let's package this painting up and get it ready to ship tomorrow. Now, because this is not a painting protected by glass, I'm going to wrap it in this packing paper first, just because I don't want these strands or threads to get snagged and pull out. Okay, see, just like wrapping a present. So now that this is protected from getting snagged, we are going to wrap it up in a couple layers of bubble wrap and get it ready to go in the box. Alright, now that we have it in bubble wrap, we're going to use those pool noodles that you saw before. Now, I came up with this idea because shipping, any kind of shipping filler or shipping products, protectors, they can be pretty expensive. And when you add all that up, it's just taking off of your bottom line, or what you're selling. It's taking off basically your profit. So instead of buying foam corners or anything else, I'm going to take this pool noodle here and I'm going to cut it up, and, well, you'll see. And there. Now the pool noodles are keeping it elevated off of either the top or the bottom, and it keeps it stable, plus it adds really nice soft resistance to any kind of pushing on top or bottom. Now the reason why I use pool noodles is that 5-pack of 52-inch pool noodles I bought on Amazon costs less than $12. Now if you were to get foam corners or any kind of protectors, or even cardboard corners, which aren't nearly as effective as these thicker foam, the foam corners could cost you, for 8 corners, which would be 2 paintings, that could cost you like 20 or 25 bucks. And you can get a pack of 25 of the, cheaper cardboard ones for 25 bucks. So thinking along the lines of, just trying to save money when you're shipping this stuff, you could, out of that 52 inches, I still have, more than 2 feet left of this, plus 4 other ones, and so far I've only spent 12 bucks. And I probably could have made these a little smaller, but that's okay. Okay, so now this fits nicely in the box, provides some good cushioning from bouncing around too much on the edges, and definitely has enough room on the top and bottom. Now it's just putting enough stuff in the bottom and the top to kind of keep it in the middle, and same with around the outsides. For this, I use either packaging paper, bubble wrap, air pockets, and even newspaper works really well for this, if you take the larger pieces and crumple them up into balls. So now you can see that it's raised up nicely, And I really like using paper just because, you know, those styrofoam peanuts, one, aren't really good for the environment at all, and two, they can be a huge mess, especially for people opening up a package and then having to sift through all that stuff, and then it's like, what do you do with all that crap afterwards? So I like using paper. It works just as well. I actually ran out. My favorite paper is called Kraft paper. It's also made by Duck brand. It's real heavy brown, like almost like a brown paper bag, but it comes in a large roll, and I get that at Walmart for, I think it's $3.99, and it works awesome. It lasts forever, and it's super helpful with, you know, creating some filler in the box so things aren't moving around. Now it's time to do the top and seal it up. Cool. Now that we have everything, can't hear it moving around, everything's sealed in here. Well, not sealed yet, but everything fits in here fine. Now I'm going to tape the box up. One thing I do when I tape the box is crisscross different pieces of tape, so it kind of creates stronger unity between all the tape. Just putting one across the middle, and you know, maybe, I mean, this only had one across the middle. That just allows for easier flexing in the middle of the box itself. So I'll put first a couple strips across this way to hold it tightly together. Then I'll put a single strip across here, and then I'll seal each edge, and then add a couple more strips across this middle strip. If you have a larger box, I recommend even sometimes putting other strips across each of the sides here to hold everything in place, make sure it's secure, and the box, you know, giving that box a little more strength. Okay, now you can see everything's sealed in. It gives a lot less flex now with the tight supportive tape. And everything is ready to go. So I just got to measure it, weigh it, print the label, and put that on. And then we're off to the post office. One other thing to remember if you are recycling or reusing boxes is to be sure to take any labels off. These aren't as important, even if you don't get it all off. Just make sure the barcode's not readable. But take any actual shipping labels off. This box actually had a notification that a battery came in this, because any lithium batteries being shipped you have to have some kind of notification on the box. So you don't want to get flagged for that. So just take all that stuff off. You can even scratch off barcodes if you want, but I don't really think it's necessary. So that's it. And let's get this labeled. So that's how I ship paintings. I thank you guys for watching this. I hope you found it helpful. Please, again, like and subscribe my channel and this video, and click that bell so you get notifications when I'm posting new content. I'm working on a video right now that I hope to have out by the end of the week on how to set up an Etsy store and how to get more organic visitors from just Etsy search. I know everybody's itching to get this quarantine over with, but now's a great time if you are looking to, you know, resell or sell vintage items. I hope to actually do a whole series on the different marketplaces I use. So now's a great time, since you're stuck inside anyway, to, you know, create those shops and start listing items. So thanks for all for watching. I really appreciate it, and see y'all in the next video.